Hey guys, Donnie. I just wanted to give you guys a real quick overview of the MARV handle for those of you that either haven't been to training recently or just aren't very familiar with it or comfortable with it. There are very few products that we like so much that we endorse and we want our offices to use. The MARV handle is such a device, and I'll show you why real quick. It's a simple tool that can replace a variety of implements that most offices are already using to do certain exercises. And, you know, honestly, the patients like it better and it's more effective, and we'll explain why. The simplest way that you can utilize the tool first is if it's just a black handle. It has 3 holes in the center so that you can actually take a tube, tie it through the center, knot it off, and now you have a rowing motion, great grip handle that you can use for any of your exercises, where specifically the rows, any of your rows, any of your curling, anything where it makes sense just for a straight line of drive type pull. Now, the benefit of this compared to a band, when you squeeze on a band, especially for an older patient with an arthritic hand, that may be very uncomfortable. Same thing with the tubes. It's a very narrow diameter, so it's essentially a closed fist. The grip handle makes it far easier, far more comfortable. Your older patients will prefer it. Now, the second way that you can utilize this, and now we're getting into the more functional attributes of it. Let me just first take it apart real quick and just set it down. You'll notice that there's a hole right through there, okay? That's the way the handle works. And then there's also this little device right here that will plug the tube. Tubes you can use, obviously, different bands, different resistances to your liking. The tube slides through, the small end goes down, and then push it through, and then yank, and then it ain't coming out. Now, the benefit of what this does is it allows you, just stepping on the cord here, line of pull. Right now, I can grip the handle and say I'm doing like a curl, hammer curl type motion to affect my elbow, my forearm. By doing this, by gripping it in my hand, remember your physics, that makes the shortest possible lever from the center of the hand to my elbow. So it's going to be the easiest resistance possible in that regards. But now with this, there's a groove on the outside. All I have to do is flip it over, put the band in the groove, extend it out. Now, physics, okay? The lever arm is longer by several inches, and so that the line of resistance is outside of my hand. So several things occur. My forearm has to grip tighter to keep it from tipping forward. It's also a little bit unstable, so I have to really tighten up so it doesn't snap out. In studies, it will increase the amount of muscles that are recruited by 30%, which means it's more effective. It's going to be more effective. It's going to work faster. So that's the first way that you can really make this a useful tool in your office, is it just works better. Now, there are other things that this does that you really can't do in your office right now. And effective supination and pronation are one of those things. One of the things we might do right now is imagine this is a dumbbell, now we just rotate it back and forth. Well, it has limited application because the weight is pretty much equal on either side. By utilizing the MARV handle for it, say we wanted to do a supination. We're working on, more of the carpal tunnel problems in patients like that. We want to work on it. So what I'm doing now is grabbing the handle from above, thumbs underneath. I have the tube grooved this way, and I'm going to simply supinate. And supinate. And since it's on the outside of this, there's resistance through the entire range of motion. Whereas if you're using a dumbbell, there comes a moment in time where there's just simply no resistance. Resistance is throughout the entire range of motion. Now, if you wanted to do the opposite maneuver, where you were actually going to now pronate, all I'm doing is reversing the way the handle is. Now it's on that side. Underhand grip, thumb over, arm extended, and rotate, and rotate, and rotate. So that now I can do effective supination, pronation, and the last maneuver that you would want to really be able to add in is simply back and forth like that. And again, with the camber on the outside, it allows you to do all the different movements. So you can utilize, in fact, the way that you can utilize this handle for pretty much all of progressive rehab exercises. If you have any questions about the MARV handle, how you could use it in your office, feel free to email me to the email that this is coming from. I will put a link in for Dynatronics, which you probably already know, in case you don't have the MARV handle. If you don't get it, it's an effective tool. Your patients will prefer it over just squeezing on the tubes and the bands. And also, I believe they have like a home exercise kit, so that when your patients get to that point, you can just turn around and sell them the kit as well. Have a great day. Make it a great weekend.